On the phone with me today is singer-songwriter all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, a brand new artist to the Trop rock world. Her name is Lauren Mascitti, and I have had the pleasure of meeting Lauren a couple of times. Lauren, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good, Renee. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, girl, I saw you the first time ever when you were doing the Writers Round, not in Nashville, but at the Palm Coast Singer-Songwriter Festival, and you were so entertaining just with your stories and your music, and then I saw you the following year, so I've been trying to get you on my show for 2 years now. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, your encouragement and everything was such a huge inspiration to me to get this music down to a point where I'm ready to release it and put it out to the world. And so thank you for that. It's really awesome.
Well, here's what she's talking about, everybody. She's talking about she has been even in Nashville a while, and you do a lot of country music, right?
Right. Like I was born and raised in a little suburb of Canton, Ohio. So I'm a Midwest girl, but I've been in Nashville for a lot of years now and doing the country music thing and songwriting is probably the biggest part of who I am. And so just everything I love just kind of comes out in my music, and I love the beach. I love the ocean. I've spent so much time down in Florida and along the coast of Alabama and all that fun stuff. And it's such a big part of who I am. And so, I don't know, there's nothing more joyful than beach music. So
yes, so she's starting to cross into beach music. And she's got a brand new song coming out that I have heard 2 years ago. You finally got in the studio. I'm so happy. Tell everybody about this new song, and then we will play it. But go ahead and tell us about the name of the song, for one.
Yeah, it's called Rum Pum Pum, and I wrote the song a few years ago. It's kind of got a story behind it. So I'm not a big drinker. I'm just gonna put that out there. And at the time this event happened, I was a very naive drinker as well. And so a few years ago, I found myself on the country music cruise and hanging out with a bunch of nice, wholesome folks and musicians and country singers and you know how cruise ships, they make port different places, and so this one in particular, we stopped at St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, and I'm also not a breakfast eater, so rookie mistake number one. We got off the boat, I hadn't eaten anything, and we're hanging out on the beach, and so I walked up to the little tiki bar. I believe it was at Megan's Bay. And so I walk up to a little tiki bar, and the woman next to me had this really great-looking little coconut drink with nutmeg on the top. And I said, "Oh, I'll have one of those." Apparently, it's called a painkiller. I didn't know that.
Oh my!
And
oh my!
So I drank a painkiller on an empty stomach and hanging out in the sun, and I'm just gonna say, do not recommend. That ended up being kind of a bad day for me, but
oh my gosh.
But anyway, it inspired me to write this song because when you're down in the Caribbean, you know, you don't drink wine, you don't drink whiskey, you drink rum because it makes you feel like a pirate. I don't think I'm alone in that. So
no, I don't think you are. I think you're absolutely right. And this song is so fun and so funny. And you're going to let us play it here after this interview, yes?
Yes, I am. I'm letting you play it. This is going to be like an early little taste of it. My release date is set for April 25th for this single in particular, and I'm going to be coming out with another single or two after that. And this is all leading up to an EP that I just finished recording. So I'm really excited, and hopefully that'll be out by sometime mid-July is what I'm hoping.
So my listeners are going to love your music. They are. They're absolutely going to love it. I love watching you at any of these write-arounds. And you actually are friends with Jesse Rice and Tom Shepard. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. I love those guys.
You also said something about Paul Overstreet?
Yeah, you know, I've just been so inspired, you know, being in Nashville in the country music scene. There's a lot of songwriters that I'm friends with that have kind of transitioned into like the the trop rock scene and have written in that direction for a long time as well. And Paul Overstreet's another one. I have a pipe dream of being Paul Overstreet in another life. So,
oh my gosh.
So that's kind of a dream of mine. But I adore Paul, and anyway, yeah, I'm just so inspired by those guys, and they played a huge role in me wanting to kind of, you know, come into the beachy side of the music world. So. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, seriously, when I saw you at the Palm Coast thing, you're going to be there again this year. When is the dates for the Palm Coast Singer-Songwriter Festival?
Yeah, Palm Coast Songwriter Festival is going to be April 30th to April 30th to May 4th. And the show that I'm playing in particular is the Bloody Mary Bash, and I believe it is sold out right now, but it's the Bloody Mary Bash is going to be Saturday, May 3rd, 11 to 2 at the Landing Strip.
It's where it was last year, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so is Jesse on that one this year, too?
Yeah, I believe we're going to be in the round together, me and Jesse, and then after us, it's Kelly Archer and Gordy Sampson, and I love all those guys so much. They're so good. But besides the Bloody Mary Bash, the festival goes from April 30th to May 4th, and there's so many different events, and the headliners are at the Daytona Beach Amphitheater. And, I mean, tickets are still available at palmcoastsongwriterfestival.com.
Yes, that's it. And I'll put it on my socials as well. It's a very cool event. That little amphitheater is awesome, the way it's set up. And if anybody is in the Florida area, you should probably think about going to this event. And it is, trust me. Yeah, I love all the venues they have. Tom Shepard will be there running around. He's one of those guys who actually helped start it, right?
Yeah, Tom and Anthony Smith is another dear friend of mine who he's one of the guys that really helped kind of put it together, and I believe, let me see who else. Paul Overstreet has done it in the past. Jeffrey Steele's done it.
You have to be somebody to get invited to do this, and you have been invited for several years in a row. So that is just a little,
gosh.
And that's not me just catting you. It is. It's a great thing, and you know what? And you're good. You're good, and I really want the listeners to hear. You do a Writers Round 1, but hear your music too. So where can they find your music?
Yeah, I'm on all of the things: Spotify, Apple Music. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. My name, I'm a very proud Italian. I'm a very proud Paisan. So my name is Lauren Mascitti, and it's spelled Maskitti. And I'm just down as Lauren Mascitti or Lauren Mascitti Music on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, all of the things. So look me up. I'd love to be your friend, and I hope you enjoy my new music coming out soon.
All right. This is going to be great. Okay, so just before we play your song, I want to know if you'll play, since it's the first time you've been on my show, I do what's called the Big Three. I ask 3 questions. You answer them. Just gives the listener a little bit a better idea of who you are. Would you be willing to play?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here goes. Answer whatever you want. Question number 1 is always, give us something about you that we don't know, something like very different that we just don't know about you.
Let me see. I'm a registered nurse. That's my day job.
You're a registered nurse and a singer-songwriter. You have to pay the bills. That's a very good thing.
Yes, ma'am. I live a double life.
That's a great story. Okay, good. All right, question number 2. What is the most used app on your phone?
Probably my Google Calendar, to be honest.
Yep.
Like I'm always having to keep track of stuff. Either that or TikTok. I'm ashamed to say TikTok is very much used.
Well, don't be ashamed. It's you and everybody else, I guess, right? So
I doom scroll.
My favorite question of all, and I'm excited to hear your answer, is, in your opinion, who is the most famous person's phone number you have in your phone?
Let me see. Well, Paul Overstreet's in my phone. I would consider that probably
he's pretty famous.
Way up there. Pam Tillis is in my phone.
Oh, wow.
Larry Gatlin, Ricky Skaggs.
Shut up. You living in Nashville, just bumping into guys. Hey, can I get your digits?
Well, they're all dear friends. I would say that those are probably the biggest ones in my phone.
That is awesome. Oh, my gosh. Well, it has been I'm so glad we finally connected to get you on this show, A. And B, I want to shut up and get rolling with the song. I want everybody to hear it, but I want you to introduce it. So go ahead.
Oh, well, this is the song that was inspired by the very first and only time I've ever been hammered in my life, and it's called Rum Pum Pum. I hope you like it.
Thank you again, Lauren Mascitti, for being on my show.
Thanks, Renee.